Hi there, Steph. Thanks for popping by. So today I'm sharing with you the second card in my Greeting Farm Mermaid mini-series with Trishell, the little mermaid who's holding a shell. Haha. So here I've decided to go to the complete opposite of the technique I used in the third card, for the first card, sorry. So if you haven't seen it, you may want to head over to my YouTube channel or blog and watch the first card of, I think it was Maisie. In the first card, I use a very heavy hand with my pencil. In the second card, I use a very, very light hand, which is very unusual for me, and I've never done it before. So I used 4 different shades of, but I started with an orange, then a darker orange, then a lightish red, and then a dark red. So that kind of enabled me to build up. No, I don't want to use the word build up, to add the color without building up, because if I did build up, then I would not see the cardstock and it wouldn't be light-handed anymore. So I don't want to really say build up. I want to say, let's say shade. It's kind of shading, so let's use that word. It's probably the best way of describing it. And I think it worked out pretty well. Although I would say, for a contrast addict like me, it was lacking of something, so you will see after I will add something to kind of create a bit more contrast. So once I'm done with the red tail, I started thinking about the hair, and I kind of wanted to do, oh, I should have mentioned, sorry, it's I'm using some Nina Desert Storm and some Memento Tuxedo Black. So here as well, I'm trying to change from the Strathmore Tone Grey, which I normally use, but I thought the Desert Storm would be quite nice as well for this mermaid, and I used the same cardstock for the first mermaid, so you can really see the difference in the technique really shows, because it's the same cardstock, so you can, I think you can really see what the difference is in the technique because of that. It would have been different if I used different cardstock. I think it would probably have been confusing or not really help you to work out how what the result is. So for the hair, I went with 3 different shades of grey, and I'm pretty sure I took the cool greys. In my set I have 3 cool greys. They have, I don't know, numbers of percentage on them or something like that. So let's just say a light, a medium, and a dark, but not a very, very dark, just a medium dark. And I started with the lightest color, and again, light-handed, and then the darkest color, which is now, sorry, it was medium color actually. You see, I get confused too. The medium color, which is light-handed, and then the darkest color and light-handed again. I think you can still kind of see the cardstock through, and it may be hard to say on the video, but I mean in a real life you can really see the difference. I went as far as adding a bit of black, and it was not quite as contrasted as I wanted. But yeah, yet again, I do really like contrast. I like that thing when you look at a card and it kind of pops. I would probably add black outline to everything if I could. But as I mentioned in the previous video, here it's a bit harder because the pigment pen don't work as well. And I have to go to black gel pen, and they kind of mattify, if that makes sense. But you see, I will add a bit of contrast in a minute. Then for the shell, I went for the blue. I thought blue and red would go well together. And then I did a little bit of blending with my colorless blender. Then I added a lot of glitter with my copy Atius Pica, and it's to show you the difference between a light hand and a dark hand. I mean, the glitter shows well either way, dark heavy-handed or light-handed, but I just like the glitter. Let's just say that. And here, because it was Desert Storm, for the shading I decided to use chamois. It's Copics we're talking about, sorry, chamois, and then sand, and it didn't quite blend with the Nina Desert Storm as well as I thought. It kind of blended, but just not quite as much as I thought. But I will add little touches of Nouveau, I think it was gold glitter drops, and I think that kind of helps. I think it builds the background and it brings it together in the end. So here, because I felt like it was lacking of contrast, I decided to use my black Copic, and I've literally colored with Copic onto Prisma. So it's doable. I don't know if you knew that. I don't think I tried it until then. And then I used the colorless blender, and I drag the black onto, you know, kind of to try to blend it with the Prismacolor, and it kind of works. It did intensify. It's quite subtle. You don't see any marks, so I think in the end, I think it was quite successful. But it's good to know because I never tried, so you may be interested to know that you can do something like that. So one Copic and one Copic colorless blender. Once I was done with that, I used my white gel pen. I added white gel pen accent here and there. Not much white dotting on the tail really, but mostly on the hair. And that really adds, it really intensifies the contrast between the dark and the light. That's the word of the week, I think. Contrast. Sorry. And then I added a bit more glitter onto the tail as well, because I like this kind of fairy-like feel to these mermaids. They're not fairies, but they do make me think of that, so I think it's quite cool. And I have the set A of Copic Atius Pica, just in case you wondered, and the set B I think is a bit more pastel color. The set A is a bit more deep and a bit more intense. Here I added a little bit of eyeshadow. It's just girlish, you may as well. And then the glitter drops, Nouveau glitter drops I was telling you about, and here I use a Sakura Micron pigment pen around to add a little bit of intensity. I don't want to use the word contrast. And somehow I managed to use it on most of the cards, so I did pretty well. So I suppose that might be the secret to using it on Prisma, is to have a light hand on the pencil, and then you can use the pigment pen. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. Please don't hesitate to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The photos are on my blog. Thanks again and have a great day. Bye!